Welcome to the busiest road in all of Turkey. Turkish people love to eat out. Doesn't matter what the inflation is. These units, look, the highest one is 12 million TL. If I have to go back this way, it's all uphill from here. Even though there's a lot of inflation, obviously the majority of the country's feeling it, you still see many nice cars. For example, this BMW, this G-Wagon over here. If you do want Iskender, this is the best Iskender you could find on the European side of Istanbul. $1 Canadian was getting me about 11, 13 liras. Now look at it, 29 liras. Highly recommend. There's a few graves. I'm guessing they're from the Ottoman period. Turks are still very kind to all street animals, as you could see. Does Turkey have problems? Yes, but every country has problems. What's up, everybody? Welcome to beautiful Istanbul, Turkey, one of my favorite cities on this planet. Now, I haven't been here in about 3 years now, I would say. I think it was 2022 was the last time I was here. And while things have changed, guys, it's not looking too good over here in terms of inflation. Inflation has changed everything in this city, and you could really see it from the moment you land. Now, don't get me wrong. Istanbul is still Istanbul. Istanbul will always be Istanbul. It'll always be one of the greatest cities on this planet. It has a vibe that you just can't get in too many places on this planet. I would say New York, London, Hong Kong. Only a few big cities have the same vibe. For those of you that don't know, inflation has spiraled out of control here in this country, especially compared to a few years ago. If you visited Turkey back in the day, you might remember it as a country where your money goes very far, especially your dollars, your pounds, your euros. People used to come here with a few $100, even $1,000, and have a fantastic vacation. That's no longer the situation here. Things have gotten really expensive. For example, today I was in a mall food court. I got a dürüm, which is a shawarma. I paid, I think it was $10 Canadian, or was that American? 345 TL. I'll put the conversion here for you guys. That is ridiculous. That used to get you full-blown meals at restaurants for that price. Now it's getting you 100 grams of meat wrapped in a piece of bread. And obviously, if you're from a high-earning country, $10 is whatever for you. But you have to remember the minimum wage here is about $750 US. That's a lot of money for people only earning that much, right? So I'm gonna take you around today. Right now I'm in the Nişantaşı area. I'm actually staying just over there. We're gonna head down this way. We're gonna head to the Beşiktaş area. One of my favorite areas here in Istanbul. In this area, in the Nişantaşı, it is considered a higher end area, but it's also known as a shopping area. You'll find many tourists over here. In the area that we're going to, which is Beşiktaş, you don't really get too many tourists there. I would say it's like 80 to 90% Turkish people. Another thing I've noticed, the price of metro tickets. I remember when I was here last, about 3 years ago, as I mentioned, metro tickets were a few liras. It was in the single digits. Now it's 27 liras to go one direction. We need to head this way over here. We're just waiting for the traffic to calm down a bit before I cross the road. So guys, even though there's a lot of inflation, obviously the majority of the country's feeling it, you still see many nice cars. For example, this BMW, this G-Wagon over here. Obviously, there are many people that are actually benefiting from this inflation. For example, if somebody is in a business where they're paying for labor in Turkish lira, but they're selling their products in euros or US dollars or pounds, those people are laughing in Turkey. They're having the greatest times of their life. This is the golden age for those people. Whoops. But if you're not earning a foreign currency, you're having a really tough time here because prices are changing every single day. So as I mentioned, I'm going down to the Beşiktaş area, slowly leaving the Nişantaşı area, which is right behind me. Beşiktaş, the area that I'm going to, Akaretler, and busy area right next to, I can't even remember what it is. It's a very tight road, it's very busy, it's a good area. Not too many tourists there. I actually love that area the most. It's a very secular neighborhood, very fun, good food, and it gets even busier as the night goes on. If you're young, girls, guys, 20 to 30 years old, you'll have the best time in that area. I know as tourists, you tend to go to, for example, Sultanahmet and those areas. I never recommend anybody to stay in those areas. Don't get me wrong, those areas are beautiful. There's some tourist destinations there. They have the Hagia Sophia. Westerners pronounce it as Hagia Sophia. They have that there. They have the Blue Mosque, Topkapi Palace, all nice places to visit. Go see them once. The Grand Bazaar. Go to the Grand Bazaar for 30 minutes, 1 hour max, just to go see it. Spend half a day, even a full day. Spend one full day there, but that's it. After you see it once, you really have no business staying there. You could have a much better time on this side of Istanbul. You could even have a better time on the Asian side. You might save a little bit of money too. If you're a tourist, you most likely landed on this side, which is the European side. So you want to be close to your airport. Transportation is much easier to find if you stay here too. And also for solo female travelers, I highly recommend Şişli or Beşiktaş also. They're just better places to stay. It's very secular areas of Istanbul. Also, before I forget, İstiklal Road, another cool area to visit. You could go walking. It's over a kilometer long, very busy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Go visit it. Taksim, it's really cool. Most people tend to go there too. Very nice area to visit. Use it for the metro and all that kind of stuff. But the hotels around there, if you don't know where you're booking, you might book in the wrong alley, the wrong street. I don't recommend it at all. Book somewhere along the metro line and you'll be okay, because the metro will save you tons of money in comparison to a taxi, and you don't have to bargain with them or make sure they're going the right way, etc, etc, etc. There's no Uber here in Turkey. You could order Uber, but a taxi will show up. These yellow taxi drivers over here, you don't want to use them, trust me. Look where I came from. So if I have to go back this way, it's all uphill from here. Lots of uphill and downhill here in Istanbul, and if you don't have comfortable shoes, you'll be in trouble. This is also a cat lover's paradise, as you could see. They are everywhere. Cats, dogs too. Istanbul is a very dog-friendly city. There used to be tons of street dogs all over Istanbul. Not like it was before. Like, I would say their population is down easily 90%. You used to see street dogs just as much as you would see street cats. Honestly, today I've only seen one maybe. Before they used to be everywhere. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, I found a real estate board. So kiralık means rental. Satılık means for sale. So these units, look, the highest one is 12 million TL. That's for 70 square meters. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. 8.75, 8.5, 7.2, 5 million, I was about to say dirhams, 5 million Turkish liras. 130 square meters, that's about 1400 square feet. And then these are rentals. So you could rent 120 square meters, so about 1300 square feet. 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom for 40,000 TL. I'll put the conversions on the screen for you. That should be about, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 US dollars. Anyways, we are almost there. About 3 minutes this way, we'll be at one of my favorite areas here in Turkey. Just walking by this pizza joint over here, Pizza Crema. Here are the price of their pizzas. Pizza Crema, 545 TL. Oh, actually no, all 4 of these are pretty much the same price, except the margarita, it's 5 TL cheaper. Very nice place, and they're busy. So even though prices have increased, restaurants are still doing well. Turkish people love to eat out. Doesn't matter what the inflation is. Walk around Istanbul, most places will be pretty busy. Here is Beşiktaş. As you can see, there's patios everywhere along these restaurants, and they're all pretty full. Coffee shops everywhere. I love this area. This one pocket here is actually called Akaretler. You'll see hotels here and a lot of nice restaurants, pubs, as you can see over here, for example. Really cool coffee shops. You could find it all over here. Akaretler is actually very small, but if you go this way, it gets a lot busier. That's the main area of Beşiktaş, where you see the statue that has the eagle. As you can see, many people are walking now. It's very busy. We'll go there soon. Here is just pretty much a lineup of coffee shops and pubs. At nighttime, it gets extremely busy here, especially on the weekends. Going back to those pizza prices over there, 545 TL. Not that long ago, like I'm not talking about our parents' time. Not that long ago, maybe 5 years ago, you could have gone out 4 or 5 people and had a feast with that amount of money. Oh wow, this used to be a coffee shop. It's no longer here, it's shut down. I remember drinking coffee here about 3 or 4 years ago now. And there used to be a hotel I used to stay at, W Hotel. It looks like that's also no longer here. This was the cheapest W Hotel you could have found anywhere in the world. I remember paying like, I think it was $125 a night, 145, I can't remember, it was very small. Less than 150. Unheard of for W Hotel. Yeah, it's no longer here. There used to be a hotel here. Wow. I wonder, did they open under a new name or is it fully gone? It looks like it's fully gone. I remember it being somewhere here. Here's a coffee shop. Wow. This used to be the W Hotel. Damn. I guess there's some businesses that are shutting down. Let me show you guys a few of the spots. So the best Iskender you could find in this side of Istanbul is right over there. I'll show you right now. It's really good. Prepare yourself though, Iskender is extremely heavy. You might go into a food coma after you eat it. So this is the fish place, the house cafe. The Iskender place is right over there. I can't remember the exact name, but I just know exactly where it is. So I'll show you guys for the next time you come to Istanbul and you want to try, come over here. This is the place right here, Iskender Kebapçı, 1867 in Beşiktaş. I swear they used to have a patio over here if I remember correctly, but maybe I'm wrong. If you do want Iskender, this is the best Iskender you could find on the European side of Istanbul. I haven't tried any on the Asian side, but on the European side, you can't get better than this. I'm actually not gonna have it right now. I need something small because I already had a meal earlier on. If I have Iskender right now, I'll knock out. For those of you that don't know what Iskender kebab is, it's basically bread, yogurt on top, and thin slices of meat. I think they might put a red tomato type of sauce on it, and a lot of butter. It tastes phenomenal. So right over there on the other side of these buildings, it's actually the Bosphorus that splits Europe and Asia. And then we're gonna keep going this way. We're gonna make a left actually right over here. And that's when you're gonna get in all the craziness, chaotic, restaurants, shopping, you name it. This is the place to be in this area. Getting juice from these types of places used to be one of the cheapest things to do in Turkey, but now look at the prices. 105 TL to 110 TL. And the cups are usually just this big, very small cups. So the best doner you could find in Istanbul is actually coming up, but they might be closed. It is 5:30 right now. They close whenever they finish their meat, and because they get so busy, they usually finish their meat in the early afternoon. It's been rated the best doner on this side of Istanbul. On the Asian side, there's another place, if you're ever there, I'll put the name for it somewhere on the screen. It's called Bayram something. It's really good. I've been there one time. It's just far away from here. So if I remember correctly, you go this way, to the left. By the way, this is the eagle statue. It's for the Beşiktaş team. Yeah, it's closed. I remember, yeah, right over there. He's cleaning up right now, the gentleman. Karadeniz Doner. Seems like they just finished recently. The fire is still on, but they're closed. They're cleaning up. This is the best doner you'll find on the European side of Istanbul. Merhabalar. I wonder, is there a price over there? Bursa, dürüm doner, 340 TL. Anyways, we'll find food somewhere else. There's a ton of places that are open. If you do make a trip to Istanbul, go visit that place. I need to go exchange some money. I remember there being a currency exchange somewhere on that side, up there somewhere. Let's walk over here. Or wait, was it down there maybe? Now I'm lost. I can't remember. I'm losing my memory. We'll start down there and then we'll work our way back this way. One other thing I'll tell you about this area, there's a breakfast street. There's a whole street that's dedicated to breakfast. Every single restaurant serves breakfast. Make your way here one day. You get some really, really good food. You don't get ripped off. This is a good area. People are generally very honest here. The restaurants all list their prices. This is the type of place you want to be when you want to have food. I found it. This is the one that I used to come to. They used to have decent rates over here. Let me ask what we get for Canadian now. Oh, right over here. 29. So they're buying $1 Canadian, 29 lira. US is 40.6. Merhabalar. 100 dolar. 100 Canada dolar. 2,900. Teşekkürler. Right over here. So a few years ago when I was coming here a lot, $1 Canadian was getting me about 11, 12, maybe 13 liras. Now look at it, 29 liras. Once the best team in Turkey. Now it's pretty much between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. That's when it was the last time I was in Turkey, when Trabzon won the Super League. What year was that? I remember everybody was doing the Trabzon style dances all over Istanbul when they won. They were popping off fireworks. It was actually a very fun night. Here are the streets of Beşiktaş. Tight roads, restaurants on both sides. Right now it's a little bit empty, but later on at night it's going to be really busy here. Everyone's going to be drinking their rakı, their beer. They're going to be laughing, chilling, hanging out. It's actually a very good environment. Okay, since my favorite shawarma place is closed, I'm just gonna go to any one here that looks good. I just walked by this one, Define Buffet. It looks like they have a really good one over here. It's very juicy over here. Maybe I can... Merhabalar. It's okay? I could sit here? Okay? I'm gonna sit right here, right in front of it. Sipariş içeride. Oh, okay. Bir tane dürüm, et. 20 gram.
120 gram.
120 gram. 120. And that's how it looks right over here. Excuse my Turkish, guys. I forgot a lot of it. Looks delicious. You could also see all the juices spilling all over here. It's fantastic. So juicy. With the shawarmas here, the meat itself is juicy. You don't need to put so many different types of sauce all over it to make it taste good. And then they put fries, they put pickles and tomatoes. That's it. Sometimes they put some onion too, but that's it. They don't make it like a Subway sandwich full of lettuce and every single topping in the world. Right now, as you can see, he's measuring the grams. So how it works is you order by the grams. Over here at this one specifically, they have 80, 100, 120, and I think they have, I forget what it is. It goes up even more. I got 120 grams. And he puts it in this thin piece of bread. I'm pretty sure the bread they wrap it in is lavash bread. This guy's actually got a really hard job. I'm sitting this far away and I feel the heat. He's standing right beside it the whole day. You know how much this poor guy must be sweating? And here it is. Thin sandwich. Over here they don't make them too big because there isn't too many toppings. The main topping is the meat, as it should always be. What I love about Turkey, everywhere you go, you get one of these. You wipe your hands with them, cleans you up nice, before or after you eat. I'm gonna use mine after because these sandwiches typically get pretty greasy. That's extremely good. That is so good. As I mentioned, it's mostly meat. It's not overtaken by toppings. Very good sandwich. Highly recommend. 470. Okay.
Verdi abi bir kaşarlı dürüm 100 gram.
Kolay gelsin. Kolay gelsin. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And that's it. Super nice guys. Great food. Fast. Service was phenomenal. It came up to 470 Turkish liras. I left them 500. Now you don't have to tip. It's not in Turkish culture to tip. But when they know you're a tourist, almost get ran over in the Auto Park, OTO Park. Yeah, as I was saying, when you're a tourist and especially in really busy areas, I guess because they got used to other tourists tipping, now you see things like tip boxes in many restaurants and stuff like that. That's not the reason why I tipped. I just tipped because they were nice guys. They saw me filming, they didn't care, and the service was great, food was good, so I said why not. All of this chaos over here, there's a few graves. I'm guessing they're from the Ottoman period because if you see the letters, it's the Arabic alphabet. None of the letters are from modern day Turkey. For those of you that don't know, Ottoman Empire used to write like that. New Turkish Republic made by Atatürk, father of Turks, they use Latin letters. We're gonna go on a 30-minute walk this way to the busiest street in all of Istanbul. And even though the economy is rough, Turks are still very kind to all street animals. As you could see, these street cats still have homes. People leave water for them, they leave food for them. Very nice people here. They love their street animals. On your way to İstiklal Road, you'll walk by this building over here. This is a stadium for Beşiktaş, which is one of the top teams in the Turkish Super League. It's a soccer club. Started in 1903, as you could see over here. And this is Atatürk, the founder of the modern Turkish Republic. He was a soldier, a general. He saw during the breakup of the Ottoman Empire, many countries were taking advantage and wanted to lay claim to modern Turkey's land. I think it was 5 or 6 countries that were saying, okay, this part is mine, this part will be mine, you take that part, I'll take that part, let that guy over there take that part. He started with a really small group of people and he said, you know, nuh-uh, That's not happening. He kicked all of them out and he made the modern Turkish Republic. He modernized the whole country and made it the beautiful place it is today. Pretty much every Turkish person today owes what they have to him, that one person. I told you, better have comfortable shoes in Istanbul. Everything's up and down. Everything is up and down. This park is full of cats. Look, one over here, one over here. Look over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all over this place. I think people leave them food here and that's why they always come. Look at all these guys. There's a gang of them over here. They look like one family. Welcome to the busiest road in all of Turkey, maybe even all of Europe if I'm not mistaken. It's Istiklal Road right over here in the heart of Turkey. So that's Taksim Square. There's a metro station right over there. You come out and this is what you see over here. You get a bunch of shawarma places over here. Over here they call it dürüm, not shawarma, just a heads up. There's all these stores right next to each other. Personally, I would skip these and go deeper in to get some better stuff if you're gonna stay on this street. As you can see, this street is really busy. It's only gonna get busier as the night goes on, so it's 7 o'clock right now. Even if you come here in the morning, obviously it's not gonna look like this, but there'll still be many people walking up and down. And this area is the Galatasaray area. If I'm not mistaken, it became a Galatasaray area because there's a school over here. I believe it was a high school, Galatasaray High School if I'm not mistaken. Halfway down there, and then as you could see it says we are the champions. The Galatasaray soccer team won last year. They won the Super League of Turkey. The end of this, it's over a kilometer long. It goes to Galata Tower, and here is Hafiz Mustafa, probably the most famous Turkish delight and baklava place in all of Turkey. This one over here is 3 floors. They have one over there in the beginning of the street too. You could find them all over. And just a heads up, this is a full pedestrian street, but you do get cars trying to cross this way from here. But going this way, you rarely see any cars coming, especially at this time. I wonder what these guys are charging. Wow. So I got 29 lira for my Canadian dollar. Over here it's 29.3. I would have got an extra 300 liras. And you just have to push through. Over here, if you don't keep walking, you'll be standing forever. Cars, nobody's gonna wait for you. You just gotta push. There's no way that thing's never hit somebody. There are so many people walking here at all times, and this guy is just going all the way down here. There's no way that someone hasn't been walking here one day and they just get hit by the train. So these guys do the ice cream tricks. They call it Maraş dondurma. It's basically an ice cream from Maraş. If you want to do it for the experience, go. You like it when guys do that whole trick thing on you. But besides that, it's a tourist trap. They charge you a lot of money for what they're giving to you. From time to time, you'll see cars like this going up and down. They're actually undercover police officer. His front window's tinted. Every single window's tinted. That's an undercover police, and this is a marked police car. Security is actually really high over here. There's so many civilians here. There's so many tourists here. Cops don't want anything going wrong, and they don't want anybody messing around. So these guys always, this guy has his lights on, that's how you know. But it's only cops going up and down. There's also many police officers that are undercover, walking up and down. If they see anybody sketchy, they'll pull him over and ask him for ID and to see what he's up to. If he's messing around, he's out of here. This over here is the Greek embassy. You see the massive Greek flag and the EU flag. It's over here. There's always security right over there. And then right in front, there's a massive Turkish flag. And here are more cops. You see that bus over there? Full of cops. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 10 cops over there. You'll always see those buses around. So have things changed in Istanbul? Yes, it's changed a lot. Prices have increased drastically, and I feel bad for the people because wages haven't increased as fast as prices for everything. Food, clothes, you name it, everything has gone up. Wages, don't get me wrong, they have gone up, but obviously not the same as inflation. Always remember one thing. Does Turkey have problems? Yes, but every country has problems. Your country has problems. It's not only Turkey that has problems. Every country in the world is going through inflation right now. Not too many people around the world are in a country where they could say, oh yeah, wow, prices are great. They haven't changed in so long. It's just that some countries, the prices are changing way faster than other countries. Turkey, unfortunately, is one of those countries. That being said, if you stayed to the end, thank you so much. If you can, please subscribe to my channel. That'll help me out a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye from Istanbul, Turkey.